G'day and welcome to Gatekeeper's coverage of the Eruption, presented by Oz Discs. We are in Mount Gambier, South Australia, at the famous Crater Lakes Disc Golf Course in the heart of a volcano, boys. This coverage is brought to you by RAD, Gatekeeper Media and Parked Media. The commentary thanks to the Flying Disc Store. I'm Timmy Bowen and I'm here with Paddy Robinson and Andrew Ferguson. Together we are the Tee Off Podcast.
Looking forward to a big final round.
Absolutely, yeah. And we had some big movers in that second round. Lukey Bayne with he shot a 9 under par to get him to 10 under. Dave Perry at 6 under. Austin there at 5 and Dan on 4 under par.
Yeah, they are in for a big final round.
Paddy, you're right there at 5th. Let's not glaze over that.
Oh,
yeah.
Sneaky.
It's going to be tough to catch Luke, but
It's only 8 shots, mate. You got it in you. As we look at hole 1, 199 metre, par 4. Pretty easy one to start off. Just a nice backhand, get into this landing zone right here. And then you've got a backhand turnover or a forehand into this green right here.
Up next we have our lead card of MPO players on a score of 10 under, representing Innova, Disc Golf Warehouse and Disc Doctor Luke Bayne.
Yeah, Lukey Bayne, he's had a big year. He's been travelling overseas through Europe, a little bit in the US as well. He was a red-hot favourite to sort of come into this event, and that second round showed us that, he learnt a thing or two overseas playing. Very consistent.
I heard he was on fire in the putting stakes.
Oh, mate, it was nuts.
This is looking great. Needs to get around that last tree. He's just hit it, but got a nice kick off it, so he'll still have a run up and should be able to get up and down with the forehand from there.
And tacky sack, 4 shots off the lead, David Perry.
David Perry hailing from Melbourne in Victoria. He's one of the highest rated in Australia, isn't he? He was one.
Number 2.
Number 2.
It's only 1 or 2 behind Lukey Bayne, who is our highest rated player.
There we go. There they are on screen right now.
No surprise to see him on the lead card.
We love calling him Farlap or Peaches. He's usually Farlap, a famous Australian horse, usually way out in front, and he's got the behind of a thoroughbred.
You didn't want to go there, but you went there. He's unfortunately hit a very early tree, kick to the right. That's not going to be in birdie contention, and he's going to have a pretty tricky second shot there because there is OB left.
I tell you what, that shapes up perfectly for the backhand roller for Dave's second shot.
And here we have Austin D'Alessandro out of Canberra.
Had a huge year, Austin.
Yeah,
he's been playing some red-hot golf.
Taken down a couple of Aussie A tiers, and he'll be wanting to put the heat on Bayne early in this one, and this is looking ideal.
Yeah, that is in the perfect landing zone. He should have a forehand approach or even just a lofty backhand straight to the pin.
And here we have his fellow statesman, if that's a thing that I say, a statesman, from ACT, Dan Frost.
Boys, that shirt looks familiar.
This is a wardrobe malfunction here. They are rocking, Austin and Dan, the same jersey.
Oh, I thought that was a replay. Hang on a sec. What? What's going on?
And funnily enough, I am wearing it in the commentary booth as we speak. And here we go. Big Dan, that's a fantastic looking hyzer.
That's great.
Had a lot of tree love in round 2, Dan. I think we've got to try and come up with some tree-related puns for Dan. I've been thinking overnight. I'm rocking deciduous Dan.
It sounds like some sort of Tenacious D, like a band. I love it.
That is a real unfortunate shot from Dave. I don't know why he went the backhand there. I think maybe a forehand just settling for par would have been a better option. And he's going to be struggling to get up and down for a bogey from that spot.
Luke Bayne has an absolute weapon of a forehand. This looks fantastic until it hit that. Yeah.
You're nice, Tim Paddy. That was looking good. It just beat that one and skipped. I think he would have been putting.
This guy also has a pretty wicked sidearm. This is probably a little bit high and maybe a little bit short.
I like the height. Looks like it was a little short, but that's a good roll. Yeah. I think he's right there. He's probably going to be like 17 metres out for the birdie from that spot.
Yeah, definitely mid-circle 2. Dan loves a backhand turnover shot.
This is a little low. Maybe not quite the angle. It's getting down, though.
It's a tricky one with that OB long, but that's made the corner.
Circle 2. Dave is, there's really
in the jungle.
No opportunity to get up and down from here.
He's cut the corner nicely, though, so now he's got this forehand probably 75 metres out.
Yeah, he'll just
want to get up and down for the bogey.
Get this in the circle, walk away.
So he can go low with the skip shot or nice and high around that big tree. So he's gone for the spike.
Yeah, this looks all right.
Oh, go in.
Oh!
What? Off the tray or the pole?
Oh. Wowza.
That would have been the par saves of all par saves. His caddy, Lewis, loves it.
He looked happy, didn't he?
Shout out to
was good,
Lewis
Dave.
Jones.
Ooh, Luke, that looked close too.
Nice little flirty Toro from range. And here's Austin eyeing off an early stroke on Luke Bayne.
Oh, this is pretty... Oh, jeez!
Oh,
far out.
don't mind.
That was perfect out of the hand.
Dead centre.
That is a way to start your round.
Like
He
he's got
knows
his
it
running.
too. Look at the strut on him.
Smile. Like he's got his running shorts on.
No smirk. Nah.
Here we go. Dan doesn't like to be big putted. Can he match it? Oh, that looked good.
Good bid.
Fair bid.
Lost speed late and just got left side. But he'll take a par. It's personal between Dan and Austin, so first big putt opportunity of the day.
Do you reckon they planned the same shirt?
No, that's got to be... I can just imagine the awkward greeting when they met at the morning that round. And
Hi,
Lukey
Luke.
Bayne,
Hi, Luke.
what a friendly player. Here we go, hole 2. Fergie, talk us through this big par 4.
Yeah, it's a cracking par 4, 252 metres. You're teeing off from up on a hill, but you need a couple of big throws. You put something down the middle, and then you've got a kind of quite a low ceiling approach to a basket on a mound. Most players here opting for this right-hand gap.
Yeah, the tee shot's really fun. You can go a nice hyzer flip like Austin, and this is really fantastic. That's gone a mile.
That's a mash.
The other way to play it is a sort of flex forehand. Something overstable, nose down.
Which I think Luke's been taking that line. He took it in the second round when I saw, and it faded out a bit too early, and he ended up in the in the brush on the right hand side. So let's see if he can correct from that.
Today's the day for it. I think
Yeah.
the flex forehand into the wind of the round 1 and 2 was not the option, but in day 3 the wind's down.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
come
Oh,
on,
stay
Come
up.
back.
Needs to work.
No, that's a fantastic
Still
shot.
fine.
If that was more overstable, that would have been an absolute crush, but that's still a great result from Bayne. Dan's a man that doesn't know how to spell forehand, so here's he going with the backhand hyzer flip. I
Actually-
just stumbled over my bad joke there.
He's like Zoolander. He can't turn left.
He can't turn left.
There's no forehand.
But
Well,
here's
why do you
an
need one?
He is an absolute pro
Oh.
at the hyzer flip, though, and this
Boom.
is fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic drive. One thing we didn't mention, there is a little bit of a gap on the left-hand side for a sort of to flex a backhand through, but Dave Perry doesn't need to do that. This thing is mushed
That might be the best of the bunch, I think.
easily. That's got at least 20 metres on the on Luke Bayne there, I think.
All really good drives. Bayne off first for the second, and this needs to turn over, otherwise he's going to find himself on the left and behind some big broccoli.
Yeah, that's as you said it, Fergs, big piece of broccoli that he's going to have to, I don't know what he can do from there. He might be
Yeah.
able to scoot something underneath it maybe, but it's going to be pretty hard to get up and down for the par from that spot.
Tim, ask me what you do from there.
I have no idea, Paddy.
I'll
Haven't been
tell
out
you,
there.
Tim. I'll tell you, Tim. Actually, you've got a little bit of a low line, so just skip a forehand up.
Okay.
Because, I'm speaking from experience. Austin, he's in a great position here to really attack this pin. I love that he's got the back end. He's really got the throw for this too, and the discs.
It's probably got about 420 feet.
It's got good
Left.
turns.
That's
Coming
good.
back.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, and that snuck into the circle.
Unreal drive.
I don't think he quite liked it. A little too turned over, but that's a really good result. Very rare to get a birdie on this hole. Playing at 4.5, so a full half stroke over par. Little skinny from Dave. Hopefully that's on the front side of that tree and he can have a little putt at it.
Down here, just a little pinched off at the corner. He's going for something kind of low and skippy and working its way up the hill.
Yep, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I saw so many upshots from that range go like 1 metre too low, and if you get to the backside of that hill, goodbye. Like you end up 35 metres away.
Oh, this is risky. This
Bayne-
needs to sit.
He's pulled out some ultimate experience there, gone for the overhand shot, but unfortunately it didn't get flat. Cut rolled back down the hill.
He's been playing disc golf too long for that stuff.
That's it. So he'll be outside the circle putting for the par save. He's given it a floaty bid. Unfortunately, that's come up a little early, so he's going to have another crack at it.
Oh, faked you.
Yep.
Faked you.
So here's Austin for another 2 strokes, if you don't mind. He already pulled one off him in the first hole.
Birdie this, you got strokes on the field.
But he's going to want to
Scary putt though.
commit or
yeah.
hit low. That happens so often when you've got such a big backdrop behind the basket.
It's all right. He still gains 1 back on Luke.
That's it. A par on this hole, nothing to sneeze at. As I said, half a stroke over par.
Yep.
Nice
Happy
from
to get in
Dan.
for the 4. So, Bayne, I wonder if he's experiencing some nerves here. You know, that 4-stroke buffer all of a sudden is back down to 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's still very early in the round. And I think if Bayne's starting to feel some pressure, look out, because that's when he starts to turn it on. Dave just tapping in his par. Very smooth. And you might notice that we definitely have a lot less wind in the previous 2 rounds. So, and some sun.
Yeah, beautiful conditions for round 3.
All right, next up, hole 3, par 4, 157 metres. Layup zones are quite interesting. You want to either be short or be long because you want the flattest ground that you can find. It isn't the longest hole, but if you sort of find yourself in between them on the hill, it makes for a very, very awkward upshot. Most of the MPO field here is going to want to capitalise and take a birdie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 157 metres, but uphill, so playing more like 200, and you kind of want to do what Austin's done here, just turn it over a little.
Yeah,
He's gone long enough to be in that flat spot, so that'll be a great spot to get up and down from.
Looking at the pin too, you really don't want to be short left here either.
Deciduous down here looking for some low off the trees, although he might not need it if that's...
Yeah, a little too turned over, and he's going to have a few gaps to pick from on that spot. Not ideal.
You ever thrown a roller here, Tim?
Not off the tee, but I like throwing a lot of forehand rollers for the second shot because if you're tucked off to the left, that's really your only option.
Jeez, that's big from Dave.
There's basically a wall of trees that you have to get around, and roller's the only way to get in the circle, so...
All right, Luke is going to want to bite off as much as he can. He's just seen 2 ideal drives from Dave and Austin. Well, this looks
high.
Very high. Coming back, though. And
Yeah, it looks like it's at the bottom of the hill. Not such a bad result, though.
As I said, he'll have his footing will be okay because this is extremely
forehand
elevated.
roller.
Yeah, forehand roller is really the best way to attack the second shot. And this is fantastic from Lukey Bayne. Into the circle, if you don't mind, from the bottom of the hill.
Out. What did I say, boys?
That's impressive.
He starts to feel the pressure. He starts to turn it on. That's huge.
That was quite a difficult roller, take my word for it. The hill, it doesn't really come across on camera, but it's quite sloped. Very impressive.
So awkward. This is a very easy mistake to make with that elevation.
Yeah, that gradient meant that Dan opted for the standstill and unfortunately let that out a little early. So should be able to get up and down for the par from that spot. Dave going for something overstable.
Yeah, love this.
Oh, this is great.
Perfect.
Yeah, that bullseye hit. He'll be starting his round out.
Jeez, and Austin
with a birdie.
With not much left on it, and he's put that just outside 3 metres.
I'll tell you what, that's how you play the hole, but how I want to play the hole is like Luke Bayne.
Oh, that forehand roller was sexy. I wonder what disc he used for that. So here we go. Hopefully he can capitalise on the nice upshot, and that is dead centre in the middle. Austin probably thought he was getting a stroke there after that drive.
I reckon we're going to get a reaction here. He'll love it.
Yes. Given the fist bump. It's not quite the Leighton Hewitt chainsaw, but we'll take the Lukey Bayne fist bump
just a
all
subtle
day.
one.
And Austin finishing off the birdie.
Yeah, and if those boys thought they were going to gain a stroke with Luke's shorter drive,
they were mistaken.
Quickly squashed.
Perhaps a beer frame from Big Dan.
Loves a beer frame.
I love a beer frame. I wouldn't mind one right now, actually.
Austin, 2 down through 3. Very good start to the round. Lukey Bayne maintaining 3 strokes. Hole 4, really only one way to play this. I refuse to acknowledge that there's a backhand line on this hole. Nice low forehand out this gap will leave you in an ideal spot for a backhand approach to this basket. Austin ignores that, goes for this backhand line, which I really don't know where it's meant to go.
It's money. I went at all 3 rounds. Did I birdie it every time? No, I'm not going to answer that. But
This is the play from Dave. Just Sexton Firebird down the gap. Oh, unfortunately, he's hit one of the second last trees, and he looks like he got a little snookered. That's very unfortunate. Quite often when you hit those trees,
This looks
it
textbook.
rolls
from
down the
Bayne.
hill. But that is piped from Lukey Bayne.
Yep. It's quite long. Oh, no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's why you take the forehand line, boys. You'll have nothing but like a 65-metre backhand approach from that spot.
Dan says, no thanks. Give me trees all day.
All right, Dan, show me the line. That is so
There-
skinny.
It's right there.
Oh,
See?
there
Good
you
drop
go.
down.
but look at that. He hit the canopy and it dropped down, and deciduous Dan taking a little bit more tree love. He's still in birdie play from that spot.
I think he hit a Douglas fir. Or was it a Dan fir? I don't know.
Oh, so this was tough
Ooh,
from
this needs to
Dave.
settle.
That's fading at the OB. I think that may have got OB. No, checked
Okay, I
up.
think he's...
He was very snookered
Safe.
behind that hill. To have to straddle out, very unfortunate.
Austin, this looks ideal.
Calling for it to get in.
Oh, sits.
No,
That's gross.
off the tray.
I
He
did-
called for it to go in.
Almost rolled OB.
I did say sits then.
You are aware this is not live coverage, Paddy. Here we go. So Dan, after that that really fortunate break, nice backhand approach, little early, but he's close enough. Should be able to straddle out from that spot and have a look at the birdie.
Bayne here with a very simple flick approach and
Nice little
Yeah.
Toro at 10% power.
Yep,
He's
perfect.
tapping in for the birdie. And Austin, unfortunately, got with that roll away. He's going to have an outside circle putt to keep pace with Lukey Bayne. Very unfortunate.
Dave, just want to get this as close as can, get it up and down. Fantastic. Now, time for some big putts.
So here we go. He's at about 11 metres after almost ringing up the eagle. Oh, very unfortunate. It looked like he had the height right there, but it just dropped. I don't know if there was a little bit of wind at play.
Yeah, it does get very swirly in this back corner.
So
And
Dan,
capitalize.
oh, just off the right side.
Far out. I thought he got another little bit of leaf love, tree
Yeah.
love.
He couldn't double G that in enough. Needed a little bit more hyzer. Austin in for the par.
It's always it's one thing like I never practice, but we'll find ourselves like needing to do some knee putts here
Yeah.
and there. And yeah, it's one thing. Yeah, easy mistake to make.
So here we go, Lukey Bayne. 2 birdies in a row. He's heating up.
Yep. He's stretching it.
Lead back out to 4 shots. So we'll move on to hole 5. Fergie, what are we looking at here?
We've got a nice little downhill par 4. It's only 148 metres, but it's a little bit of a tricky one. You've got your landing zone just here, and you want to pitch across the out-of-bounds road to a basket, which has some OB also wrapped around it.
I like Lukey Bayne's play here. Just a simple forehand. Make sure you go long enough and right enough to have a nice angle into the green.
Yeah, very straightforward. Love this. This needs just to settle.
That looks like pretty right.
Yeah, perfect.
Little worried for a minute there. There is OB on the right-hand side there, but that was short enough. Austin's been flicking this little mid-range on a bit of a hyzer.
Oh yeah,
Cutting
Bit
the
of pop.
corner.
yeah. That looks great.
Probably going the mid-range to control the skip, but a bit of more of a touchy shot. But I'm very surprised to see Dave go the backhand. There is a backhand line, but there are a lot of trees you have to
It's
beat.
very tight.
And that's
That's one of
hit
them
a
you got to
low-hitting
beat.
branch.
Ooh, this
And
is
that's
very short.
That's pinched.
He's going to have a half of a forest between him and the basket. He's probably going to just have to jump putt that out short of the road. Try and pick his gap to the basket.
Dan opting for the backhand turnover, but this
Ooh.
one needs to do some work. Oh, no.
Oh,
It is.
Look at the late turn, and that is absolutely perfect.
Someone knows his discs.
Yes.
Well, I think he may have let that out a little early, but
Oh,
definitely. And
Dave
Dave
going
going
the
the
spike.
spike hyzer.
this is risky.
There's so many trees.
And there's long OB.
Probably
Looks
short.
like he's cleared.
Oh!
Oh!
Stop it!
Almost swished it. He's got
He's looking
zero
around.
clue.
Guys, is that good?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's good, Dave.
I bet she's asking for it. Did that cross? Is that in bounds?
I didn't see finish. Is it good?
That almost doinked on the top.
I can't
Far out.
believe that from Dave.
Mate, no way. If we throw that, it's hitting so early.
Oh,
That's awesome.
So Bayne going for a little turnover Toro.
Beat that
That's
tree.
fading at the OB. Don't think this has much. Oh, look at that ground play.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fantastic.
Perfectly weighted.
He's going to be about 2 metres from the OB line, but that was great touch from Lukey Bayne. Looking at a third birdie in a row. Austin going the inside route.
Ooh,
Oh, that's low.
bollards.
Is it
Oh, it's through the
short?
bollards.
He hits one of those
Oh.
things, he's OB, but
100%.
we'll have a long look. Ooh, it's early. Oh, no, it's coming back.
It's fighting.
Oh, go in.
Go.
Off the bed. What are we watching, boys?
Oh, goodness me.
You
We've
can
had
see Ash's grin. He loved it.
we've had a tray hit from Austin. We've had a band hit from Dan, and Dave almost just swished it from like 70 metres out, way out of position. So
I like this. Bit of elevation. I reckon this is a chance. Oh, yes.
Oh,
that.
goodness me.
that's one of the.
Ash loves it.
That's a fantastic putt. Austin's come to play in this last round. That's his second big C2 putt. I'm sure Lukey Bayne has got some nerves, but he may be able to settle this on with a turkey 3 birdies in a row.
Very
Easy as you
nice.
like.
Are we going to start seeing some slow-mo replays? Or,
I think-
I think we might need that.
I actually
Absolutely.
I don't think you could possibly do a follow flight on Dave Perry's shot, because who knows what part of the tree canopy it got through. I can't believe
To be
it.
honest, I more want a slow-mo replay of Austin's reactions. That'd be ideal.
We
Look at
don't have
Dave.
we don't have the budget for slow-mos, guys, so...
Dave's on the pole. How is that possible?
What?
And look at that, we've got our
Oh.
first star frame. The boys are rattling them.
There we go. Love it.
Look at the enthusiasm from Austin. As we move on to hole 6, Paddy.
All right. Hole 6, par 3, 72 metres with a lot of elevation. There is a road to the far right, but you're going to see a lot of these tight forehands and maybe a turnover backhand.
Such an awkward forehand. You need a lot of power. And Lukey Bayne, that is fantastic.
That sat down nicely for him.
Feel
So
like
many-
that's inside circle,
That's
yeah?
inside circle, well and truly.
Well, this has a lot of angle. The miss is going to have it cut.
That's
Roll,
looking
but
like
it's come back.
flat.
Fighting.
Oh,
Ooh,
fantastic. It's
Yeah.
so hard to throw that backhand turnover and get the angle right. I saw so many cut roll way down the hill.
Yeah.
And if you land on edge, you're basically turning a 72-metre hole into a 90-metre hole because it is gone.
Yeah, I like this
Yeah,
from Dave.
Hoping he doesn't...
Oh, sits. Sit
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, it settled
Yep,
down.
Very nice.
Did he throw over the big willow on the left? That is
I
huge
think so.
power from Dave. Nice backhand turnover from Dan. I like the angle. Needs to pan and land flat, and it certainly is doing that. This is on a rope.
Did it pan for Dan?
It panned
did.
for Dan.
I like it. Perry to start off, maybe with a big putt. He's got a good look at it.
Just outside circle.
Oh,
Cashed it.
yes.
With the stepper.
Love it. Love it.
Jeez, they're pushing. They're pushing.
Yeah.
Their lead card for a reason. These boys are heating up. I'm only seeing green on the scorecard, boys, and that's
Yeah.
always a good
That
sign.
is a very good sign.
So Austin with just a little step outside circle. Oh, that looked good. Just on the right side.
And we've got a little bit of more wind now, left to right. Can he capitalise? This looks good.
Oh, no, sit.
Sit down.
Sits.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sure Austin's laughing. That was reminiscent of the big rollaway Dan got in round 2. Make sure you check that out. That was very funny. Here we go, Bayne with the jab putt.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that. He's got a very unique putting style, Lukey Bayne.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nose up into a headwind as well. That's
Yeah.
solid.
Did well to keep the disc flat and to spin it in.
Austin just to tap him for the par. Lovely.
Oh, that was low right, but you will take it.
It's in.
It is in.
Little dunny roll action, we call that. As it swoops around the tray.
Here we've got Dan with just a few metres left for his par. Just checking that wind over his shoulder.
I feel like the 30 seconds was critical for your putting at this course because the wind, if you could just wait 10, 15 seconds, you could have a 30k headwind or you could have absolutely no wind at all.
And this is kind of what's happened to Dan. It's picked up the wind just as he's stepped up to his lie, but
Yeah.
Okay.
And that happened quite a bit. You know, when you're waiting at the wind, it sets you off your routine and all of a sudden those little tap-ins, very, very tricky.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oz Discs, powering Team Heiser Flight. Check them out at ozdiscs.com.au.
Hole 7, par 5, 272 metres. Love this hole. I like the big backhand roller off the tee, or you can go something low and overstable, get to where these magpies are. There is OB that tapers towards the basket to make you think twice about going for the eagle play, but it's certainly there, and I bet you it's on Austin's mind, trying to chomp down a lead from Lukey Bayne.
So I also love the get off
missed
it.
that tree. Oh, he's flushed it.
Yeah, okay.
But it's gone forward after the tree kick, so that's not a problem at all.
Still definitely getting up and down for the birdies, well within the option of Bayne there. But yeah, I was going to say the backhand roller, Tim. There could be no wind, but there will be a headwind on this hole. Literally every time you rock up.
Today's the day to go for it, and I've seen Dave pull it off in the past with a huge roller, but it looks like he's gone his overstable destroyer. He's probably just trying to flex a backhand down the right side. And he's kept it nice and low. This is looking great.
Yes, looks
no need to
fantastic.
throw the roller when you can crush it that far. That is fantastic.
Boom.
That is a great landing zone. Absolutely laughing. Austin, looks like he'll flip something up a bit.
Oh, he's got his overstable DD3 in his hand, and that's come out a little early, but it's flipped up. He's
OB
aimed
over
straight
there.
at Ash.
No.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
Good footwork from Ash.
Pretty hard to get to the OB on the left from the tee. To say it's not impossible, but this looks good from Dan too. Reckon he'll navigate that tree, and he's in a great position.
Textbook highs are from Daddy Dan. So we'll probably see Lukey Bayne first to act. He'll probably just go another overstable forehand, break this hole down. That looks a little...
That's very high.
I don't know if he meant to go that right, to be honest. And he's hit some foliage, dropped down. Looks like he's about 120 metres away still. So he'll have a decision to make as to whether he attacks this basket. You don't want to get it too high or too turned over because there's OB all around it.
Austin looking to attack here, but he's got a little bit of a...
I think forehand might have been the better option from there, but a bit of an unforced error from Austin.
Ouch. Especially with Luke now looking at par.
Yeah.
Probably wanted to capitalise there.
This is straight at the OB from Dan, but it's low enough. I think it's going to check up just before the OB. That tree that we saw on the right-hand side there is where the OB starts. So,
yep. Lengthwise, this is a very gettable par 5 for the MPO boys, so that's fine from Dan.
This is
like
looking
this.
a little too turned over. Needs to fight back. And it looks like it's settled down. That was looking OB out of his hand, but I think that's checked up. He's still not sure, but I think he got the good break there. It got down in time.
Austin here throwing his third, looking to drive the green to give himself a chance.
Yeah, and that's a little too low. Loved this basket placement in the big willow.
Oh, boys, I had the worst roll off the tree. Was laying up with an overstable putter and got a little skip, went under the catcher and rolled back to 12 metres off the actual trunk of this tree.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Nice upshot from Dan.
Yep.
Very nice. He'll have a look for the bird.
So, Dave, he got within 4 or 5 metres of OB, but not really at too much risk. Like a nice forehand from here, but looks like he might be going the backhand play. Going that alien that we've seen him whip out. Nice low and overstable, and that's...
Yeah, great check-up. Very nice. And Luke, he'll just look to put this as close as he can and walk away with the par, I'm sure.
Just driving that Toro into the hillside, and that is parked.
Yep.
So
Lovely.
dialed with that disc for his upshots.
Absolutely.
I'd be interested to know what this yellow disc is of Austin's that he's been throwing. He's pretty good with this upshot disc as well. I'm sure it's probably like a razor claw or something.
Lovely.
Parked. Had Sam a little worried at the back there, but no, that was very dialed.
Dan from the knee again. We haven't seen him have much success.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Stop
that?
rolling.
How does that happen with that amount of angle? That thing should have been right in the...
Yeah. I mean, it was
Far
quite
out.
loopy, but that was just strange. That was strange.
That sucks.
I don't know if it was just the hyzer and it got through the chains and hit the pole, but that very, very unfortunate spit out from Dan. That was dead centre. Austin in for the par.
So Dave with a chance to take the lone birdie here. This is basically a tap-in, really.
Yeah.
Just pray no reaction like Dan got.
Nice birdie. He moves to 9 down overall as we see Bayne tap in.
Nice. I like the old sunbrella option from Bayne too.
Fantastic. So leads back to 4 strokes as we move into hole 8. Fergie, it's a big one. What are we looking at?
Yeah, 164 metre par 4. You've got most people kind of flexing a backhand, turning it over and trying to make this corner here. The eagle is possible.
Absolutely,
if
it is.
If you make the corner and you get round, but
These boys have got the power. They want to crank a big backhand that just lifts up in the wind and swings to the left. And have a look at the eagle play.
There is a little bit of left to right wind as well, that just to help it get around.
If you're playing for the birdie, just turn this over a little bit just to make sure you're not too skinny. This is looking great from Dave.
Get that. Oh, he's got through the little nook.
He's got
Got through
round.
the gap. That's going to be...
That might be circle one.
Yeah, he won't know off the tee whether he got all the way there, but we can tell him he certainly did. Lewis Jones
Paddy loved
loves it. I think he's at about 13 metres. So we see Lukey Bayne try and match it. He's just playing it for birdie. As I said, turn it over. It opens up your angle to the basket. As long as you're not in one of these two big trees,
No, that'll be a tight little approach shot underneath that tree.
you may be forced to do that little forehand flick down the left tunnel to the basket.
You know, we've seen Austin in previous rounds putting for the eagle. This thing
This
looks
is
pretty good.
money.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's in jump putt range.
Yeah, you'd be able to give that a little lofty jab, but that's really a birdie, not an eagle. Dan cutting the corner. This looks a little skinny. Has it got the distance to get up on the hillside?
I think it needs to work.
No, that's in the rough. And from there, there's not much you can do but turn over a forehand. And I know Dan, he certainly doesn't like throwing turnover forehands, so we'll have to see what he does from that position. Lukey Bayne first to act as he chomps down on a snack.
So you'll have a little tight approach shot here. This looks pretty good.
Oh, go in. Oh, just hit those
Yeah,
trees and
sort of-
dropped. That was on a good line, though.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Here we go, the straddle out forehand.
This actually doesn't look too bad if he's got something understable enough just to... He needs to pop it up and get it around.
Oh, that's a good bid from Dan, but don't know if that quite...
Oh, okay. That's around the corner.
It's proved me wrong. That's inside the circle. Here we go. Austin has got a decent eagle look, actually.
He's always going for it, isn't he?
Oh, I think got to lay it up.
Lay it up.
It does drop off.
He's unhappy about it.
If you whiff that basket, it does roll.
Oh, Dave, eagle!
Oh, too low.
Jeez.
Just outside the bullseye for their birdie, though. You take that all day. So Lukey Bayne needs this for the bird. Asking for it to fade. That could have rolled.
Oh, it did.
and it
is
certainly
still
did.
going.
Oh, that's
As I
great.
said,
Okay.
oh,
Jeez.
wow.
Oh.
That got miles away. So all of a sudden, he needs this for the par.
Far out.
Look at the flag flapping here.
I mean,
It's giving it the height. Oh, it looked like he had a tailwind. It just didn't drop. So
Interesting.
Free strokes, boys.
yeah, this feels like a bogey if you par it, to be honest.
Oh, Dan.
Gosh.
He just had a chain spit out, and that one was just off the top of the tray. So unlucky.
Lou, just to tap in should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Lovely.
We're going to
Yeah.
see another two-shot swing. He's going to be giving 2 shots to Dave and 2 shots to Austin.
Far out. Starting to heat up, fellas.
That's it. This back nine is shaping up to be a ripper.
Dave, very straightforward tap in. Provided I don't jinx him, which I didn't. Good.
And he's looking at 4 birdies on the trot. Only green on the screen for Dave Perry. Fantastic. As we see the 2 Canberrans just tap in their shots there. Now, hole 9, super easy, Fergie.
All
Talk
right.
us through this one.
Who said that? Oh, no, yeah, that's right. 68 metre par 3. It's a 728 rated hole. No. This is of anything, this is a must deuce.
So Dave punching that alien straight down into the hillside. I love this play. Scooting forward. How else would you describe that shot? I think there's 2 ways to play it. Nice overstable backhand like Dave, or flick a forehand out here
No,
and try and knife it into the hillside.
It's a very visual thing.
Yeah.
Punching an alien.
Into the bullseye for Austin. So putting all the pressure on Lukey Bayne. Like this shot from Dan. Quite often the backhands gave that straight skip, and that's
Beautiful.
in the bullseye as well.
All right. No pressure from Luke to Luke. And this looks money.
Oh, skip in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
no.
that.
I'm not one for manufactured OBs and things like that, but it would be kind of cool to see this as an island hole.
Yeah.
That looks like it dropped straight out of his hand for Dave, and he's still out for the par putt here. Straight in.
Dave rarely misses 2 putts.
That's it. As we see the other boys just slap in their birdies.
Yep. Unfortunately, another beer frame. Yeah.
Not a beer frame for Dan, though.
No. There we go. Nice tap in.
And that wraps up the front 9 coverage, boys. Lots of highlights in that round. Lukey Bayne having a 3-stroke lead over Dave Perry and Austin D'Alessandro. Dan Frost a few back at 5 down. Don't go anywhere. This is shaping up to be a ripper finish. Make sure you join us for Gatekeeper's coverage of the back 9.